Modern Warfare 2 has been by far the worst season of post-launch content yet, and matters have just gotten even worse, with Season 2 reportedly being delayed until February 15th, just a day after Valentine's. It's sad because Modern Warfare 2 had such a huge launch with so much hype, smashing sales records, and interest was just so prevalent. My channel was doing extremely well, but it isn't anymore. There seemed to be no way they would fumble the bag this hard. But Season 1 has been so underwhelming, and no prior season has ever had this little content, which is to our surprise considering this game has had a full 3-year dev cycle, unlike Cold War and Vanguard, and was promised to have the biggest post-launch content cycle yet. I guess we should stop falling for this tagline year on year. First impressions are the most important, and despite this, Season 1 has literally just had 2 multiplayer maps, Shootouts and Shipment, both of which are remakes, and both were in the last Modern Warfare game too, with Shipment being remade so many times, including in Vanguard, so Season 1 has had no fresh maps. This has led to the interest and player base dwindling off so hard, in combination with poor support, bugs, and a lack of communication and transparency from Infinity Ward. This game is in need of a lot of content and fast because it already feels like they've burnt most of the fan base. In addition, in Season 1 we got some basic Spec Ops content and also the first episode of Raids, which was pretty good but not very replayable and didn't have that good rewards. Aside from Gaz, in terms of Warzone 2, people don't seem to be enjoying it and wish they didn't change it drastically from the original, and the player base has apparently dropped off at an alarming rate, far faster than the devs expected. Quickly, I just need to interject this discussion and I'll continue back with it in a second, but first of all, I have an awesome sponsored message to share with you. In 2020 alone, there were over 5 million car crashes. Those in an accident can be entitled to more than you think. Injured and don't know where to start? With Morgan & Morgan, it's so easy. You can submit a claim without ever having to leave the couch in 8 clicks or less. There's no need for you to visit law offices and sit through timely consultations. You can submit a claim and have a lawyer review your case swiftly. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process. You can submit your case details, sign contracts, upload documents and medical records all from your phone, and you can even text your attorney and legal team throughout the duration of your case. So if you ever feel like you need legal representation, you can check out Morgan & Morgan today via the link below. Before Season 1 and Warzone 2 released, like I was saying, the interest and player base was so high, and then it fell off so quickly. DMZ is fun, but even then, that isn't really that great in my opinion, especially with no proper solo options, and having normal AI soldiers, which is quite boring in my opinion, unlike zombies. And it seems like DMZ has hindered the Battle Royale experience in Warzone 2, since it seems like the entire mode has been built around DMZ, instead of making them feel different and having distinct features. Season 2 was supposed to begin on February 1st, which was already actually delayed than the previous Battle Pass timer, and this of course is already a very long time for Season 1. Everyone's completed the Battle Pass a million years ago. I haven't, because honestly I don't even play the game much because it's just not really that fun, and now the season's basically going to last 3.5 months, which is way too long. We have no official information just yet on why the season's been delayed. In fact, Activision and Infinity Ward probably won't even officially say it's been delayed, since they never officially confirmed when Season 2 would begin. We just knew the date based on when the Season 1 Battle Pass timer would end, so they'll probably just announce Season 2 as being on February 15th without giving any word as to why that's the case. But it could be something to do with the drastic drop in player base, meaning they may be making some big changes to Warzone 2, making it more similar to Warzone 1, and that might require more development time. We'll apparently be getting our first small Resurgence map to Warzone 2 in Season 2, featuring a remake of Castle from World at War that was in Vanguard, so once again not much fresh content, and we know this because the Season 2 artwork leaked a while ago. However, the leaker Alix is saying that the Resurgence map is apparently no longer going to be in Season 2. I don't know if this is correct though, because we've already seen the artwork leaked, and it doesn't make sense why they'd be delaying the season and then also delaying the Resurgence map. Surely if they're delaying the season, they want to make sure that Season 2 has enough content when it does eventually release. With Modern Warfare 2 apparently getting 2 years of content, with us having to pay for the premium content for its year 2, with lots of remade maps and campaign DLC that Sledgehammer Games are apparently working on, it could be that they don't have enough content to fill the full 2 years, and as a result they are spacing out the content massively, leading to a lot less content in its year 1. As it is rumoured that we're just going to be getting 5 seasons instead of 6 in its year 1, so the year 2 content could be entirely unique seasons, and apparently the year 2 content will be essentially marketed as an entirely brand new game. game, explaining why you have to pay for it like a premium title. It's ironic that people have trashed Treyarch consistently over the last couple of years, and now the COD cycle is in full effect, and people are demanding Treyarch's return in 2024 to quote-unquote save the franchise with regular content again. After all, Black Ops Cold War received the best post-launch content support by far, and even then people weren't satisfied enough. That game received so much content, so hopefully with them having extra dev time and not being rushed like Black Ops Cold War, they can top their game's post-launch content even more with Call of Duty 2024. Modern Warfare 2 needed to be a huge hit after Vanguard was one of the worst performing CODs in over a decade, and it succeeded in that, smashing records on launch. But with the player base trickling off so quickly, it likely won't beat out Modern Warfare 2019 sales in the long run, but they will still be quite high just based on the launch. Warzone 2 shouldn't have been rushed and released so close to launch, and should have been saved for early spring 2. Forcing content out for short-term reasons and profits rarely ever works. Of course, Modern Warfare 2019's and Warzone 1's player base was largely inflated due to COVID and lockdown, with a lot more people at home to play games. And of course, Warzone 1 was fresh, whereas with Warzone 2, it's the opposite, and battle royales are starting to get stale now. And of course, because Warzone 1 was a new thing that was very popular, it enticed a lot of people to buy the full version of Modern Warfare 2019, but with Warzone 2 being nowhere near as successful, it's not going to entice as many people to then buy the full version of Modern Warfare 2. But yeah, that is everything I have to talk about in this video. Let me know in the comment section down below, do you agree with everything I have said? Right now, we're just in a very big drought for Call of Duty, which is really weird because Modern Warfare 2 didn't release that long ago. We shouldn't be in a drought for content already. The first season is the most important. Like I said, first impressions count the most. You need to make sure that the post-launch content is very prevalent at release. It's okay to have a bit of a drought period later on after springtime, but right now is the worst time to have a drought period, because even if they do manage to have a lot of content in the future, a few seasons down the line, by that point it's going to be too late, and most people will have just stopped playing the game already and won't come back because their expectations were let down. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.